Alrighty, what is up everybody and welcome back to Evospace. As always, I am Dor, and today we're actually going to do stuff with aluminum. Last episode I didn't have the time to let everything smelt down. I was kind of pressed for it, so this episode we're going to make everything aluminum that we can. I have a ton of it smelted down and plated out and parted out as well. In between I went ahead and made one of these, the aluminum industrial separators. They give you more stuff when it cycles through. It takes a little longer because you need three kinetic things to get it to go through. But when it does, it gives you a bunch more stuff. But yeah, so I currently have copper going through because I needed zinc, and zinc was needed for brass, I believe. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. I needed brass because we needed these things, these brass reductors and parts, to be able to make some of the stuff that's in the aluminum section here. So first things first, what I went ahead and did, I also made some of these. I just haven't used them yet. I tried using them, but I don't have the ability to actually support these things with the steam that we're making right now. So they're basically one big engine. They constantly just keep going, and they make these things spin indefinitely for as long as you have steam coming in. I'm not going to plug them in now. I guess I could plug in one of them, huh? But they're really heavy on steam. The four that I have going over there, I can't actually keep up with the steam demand that these things want. If I can plug you in correctly, there we go. So then we can just plop a pipe here. So once we plug one of these in, we can see that it's spinning up like a plane engine. And then if we hop over to the front end, this thing is constantly spinning, so it's constantly generating electricity. And the other ones aren't because they need. Oh, I have them turned off, but they need a little spin up time on the engine just to generate one thing of electricity. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off because we don't actually need the generation going right now. We don't have anything using this thing. We don't have the trees going. We are good there. Okay, and then what I wanted to show you was I went ahead and found this thing. Why do I have an end? Oh, yeah, I just broke that down, dummy. I went ahead and found this thing in between episodes because if I could just learn to read. There was one over here, aluminum logic switch. So that allows us to plug in the little logic things that we made in the still area to have the tree farm kind of automated. But there's one issue with this. The tick from the clock isn't big enough to let this thing grow. So these trees take 10 minutes to grow, and they take probably about 30 seconds to harvest the entire row. So I would need the miners active for at least that. But it doesn't seem to do that. That's as fast as the delay in the tick is ever going to get. It's a very quick little pulse. And so we might come back to this later. I'm going to stop trying to automate this tree farm. It's just not something I seem to be able to do. But I'll definitely come back to it as we get further into the tier stuff here, because there's more stuff we can unlock. Oh, you know what? I forgot. So with the screwdriver, I think, because you can do this with that switch, but I think you can go ahead and actually have these things going sideways now. So, nope, never mind. It's not even an option. Okay, anyway, moving on from that, we have a couple of these things that I made in between as well. So we have a compressor. Oops. And the only thing the compressor is used for is automating the hammers, because it gives air fluid, so we can use it in the hammers. We can take them off of our steam setup, so we're not using steam to power those anymore. And it's also used to make, I can't back up, oh, because I gotta scroll down. It's also used to make frozen air and frozen knack, whatever that is. That's a later on thing, but that's all the compressor is used for. So okay, there we go. I will end up taking all the hammers that I have set. I only have 2 right now, but hopefully in the future we have more than that. I'll go ahead and have those on compressors because those use electricity. And then this thing here is a steel assembler. So we can go ahead and say we wanted to make a brass reductor. We just click on that, and then it'll auto make it. We just have to throw the brass into the machine, and then it exits out the exit points here. So we have to give it electricity. Exits over there, the entrance is over here. So we can automate making things for ourselves here. So like if I wanted to make a whole bunch of planks again, I can just have the tree chopper over there plugged into this thing, and this thing will just auto make a bunch of planks, and we can build planks to the heart's content here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start making these aluminum things. So I want to go ahead and change out these two things, the boilers and the furnaces on the steam generation portion of our setup here. So I need a bunch of stone because I need to make a bunch of furnaces because you can't just make them from scratch. So we need you. And then we need aluminum furnaces. We need 4 of you. 2, 3, 4. Nope. Is that only making 3? 2, 3. Yeah, I canceled one. Okay. So there's 4 of those. We need 4 boilers as well. Okay, so we have the furnaces and the boiler. We're going to make one of the water collectors. Maybe that gives out water a little bit quicker than the copper one. And hopefully it does. And let's go ahead and swap these things out now. We're going to lose everything for a second, but we should be good. In just a moment here. Go ahead and get rid of you. I didn't put them on my hotbar. I don't know why I didn't do that. Boop and a boop and a boop. And we need you to go. Oh. I also leveled out the whole bottom here. I totally forgot about that. I need to get to a spot where I can actually put these back down. Okay, so I got to a spot I can put these down at. So boop, boop, and boop. So they actually look different than the other furnaces so far. That's cool. We need to put the boilers on top. Just the water on the backside. Those are pretty standard. And we can go ahead and plop our extra little coal that we took out of the machines here back into one of these boxes. Okay, well, the furnace bit is not something we can use right now. That does not use coal, so that's a bit of a bummer. So we'll go ahead and stick with the steel ones for right now. Hopefully those power the top bits at least. Hopefully, can I get back up there, please? Okay, cool. It looks like it's powering it. These things produce 2.2 worth of steam compared to the 1.5 that the steel ones were making. So that's cool. We also have the water collector. I'll go ahead and plop down as well, just to hopefully feed this thing better. I don't think we're actually even struggling for water. So yeah, I'll go ahead and just leave it, but I don't think we were struggling to begin with. So these are kind of useless to us right now. We can't use those. We need magnesium dust and stuff. We need this stuff right here. Where'd it go? We need this stuff over here, which we can't even do yet. It's on the next tier of stuff. We need magnesium dust and stuff to actually use this aluminum furnaces. So that's a bit of a bummer. We'll go ahead and leave that stuff there. Let's go ahead and make... I want to go ahead and fill out the rest of the stuff here. So we need 2 cutting machines. 2 cutting machines, 2 hammers. Okay, so I'm making pretty much everything that we have set up already. We're also going to make one of these disassemblers here because we can go ahead and break down all the copper stuff and the steel stuff we're no longer going to be using. So that's a nice little thing. What else did I need? I need one of those things that's over there. What is that, a blast furnace? Do I have a blast furnace that I can make out of aluminum? Okay, so I'm not seeing the blast furnace. Maybe it's not a thing you can make out of aluminum. But we're going to go ahead and make one of these things because we have one in steel. We have one of those as well. I'm not too worried about making the assemblers yet. So far, I really don't see anything that would warrant having an automated maker other than planks. That's the only thing that that would probably warrant making one of those. We got block placers. We got a boiler. I have some of these down. I'm not too worried about making more of those. I have a couple on the tree farm. I'll make a chest just to see if the storage space is increased. We have a container I'm not too worried about making. We just made one of those. I'm not too worried about the stackers. I don't know what this is, so I'll make that. I'll make a battery. I'm not going to make an engine. Electrical furnace I'm not going to make. Do I have one of these? I'll make one of those. Yeah, that's what I was using to make the carbon, I think it was. We got a fermenter we can make. I don't see the point in making the better fluid dumps things because, I mean, it's only one input for them, so don't really see that happening. Item picker, I'm not too worried about. Okay, and then we have pretty much one of everything. A couple of things we don't have. I'm fine with not doing some of them, but we needed brass to do these things. So I'm going to make one of these, the pneumatic inputs, and one of the pneumatic pipes. I don't know what those do yet, so we'll see what those do. Item pickers, I'm not worried about. So yeah, let me clean up my inventory here, and then we can start messing with some of these blocks. Okay, so hopping over here to our power setup here. We have the disassembler here, and we have pretty much all of the. Oh no! We have all the stuff that we want to break on down here. So we can go ahead and put the chest here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 6. So I think it has one more slot, one more extra line of stuff compared to the steel one. So that's cool. It's getting better and better every tier we go up. So we can go ahead and throw this stuff in here. We need to turn on our turbine here so we can generate some electricity because we are currently empty. I went ahead and swapped out the battery as well to the aluminum one we just made. Let's go and turn this on so we're generating power to break this stuff down. And how much is this going to need? 10, I think? Maybe? Hopefully. No more than 10. Oh, you know what? It's not going. Needs 12. 12 to break down the steel. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and funnel all of our stuff through here. It'll all break down eventually. I didn't bring any chests or arms. I could have just automated this whole process. So let me grab some chests and arms and I can automate that. Okay, so while all that breaks down, we can go ahead and take a look at the stuff that we have. Actually, this needs to get swapped out too. Before I forget, you need to go here. Like that, I believe. Yep, we're good. Okay, so then this can get thrown into here. Don't need you anymore. Okay, so now we can actually start playing around with some of the stuff that we just made. So let's see here. So that's everything. This we already know what it does. We have one, or we had one. And that's it. Okay, so the fermenter is going to be how we make methane fluid. And to get methane fluid, we need to set up either a pumpkin farm to turn into 0.2 methane fluid, or we can get something to make biomass, and biomass is made from, let's see, we can mix up organic and water. Organic is just organic pieces ground up. Okay, we can get organic pieces from, what is this? Cactus. Okay, we can crush the pumpkin back down into that, into organic. Okay. We might just go ahead and set up a pumpkin farm. We have a ton of seeds, so we can just set up a bunch of these again and use the miners that we have for the tree farm over there. Just set up something else for the pumpkins to generate methane. Is it methane? Yeah, methane. Okay. So that's something I'll probably end up doing. I need to also rework this entire tree farm. The setup I have here is not feeding evenly. It like feeds these three more than it feeds this one. So this one's almost always not running. But of course it's running right now, so that's cool. But this one always ends up, it runs and then it turns off and then it turns on and turns off. So these ones are always pretty much running. This one struggles to stay on. So I have to figure something out there with that. So that's the fermenter. Okay, so we need to make, we use this to make methane. Okay. Aluminum radiator. What do? You make heat? Is that what it does? Oh no, it takes heat. So I guess I can put this on a furnace to like draw heat away from it, maybe? I'm not sure what you would use this for just yet. Maybe we don't have the machine made for it yet, or whatever we need it for. Okay, so that's the radiator. We have one of you. Don't care. Oh, you know what? I gotta swap this guy out for that one. So you can take this spot. Nope, I need to rotate you. There we go. Okay. And then that one can get put into here. I have one more in the chest over there somewhere. I just have to throw it in there now. Let's see, the drossel. Is that what it's called? Drossel? Yep. I have no idea what that does. I guess like a limiter of the stuff that comes in. I have no clue what you would use that for. Okay, so the pneumatic input looks like you can arm stuff into the back here with the input, or you can just test it like I'm doing here and just put stuff in there. And it doesn't seem like you have to have the pipe facing toward the thing. You can just have it sideways like that, and it'll go into the box. So I'm kind of curious whether or not I can do this, which is I need more brass pieces. Boop. What am I? Oh, I need glass. I thought that was aluminum plates. So I need glass. Let's go ahead and make one more of these just to see if this even works before I start spamming it and making stuff that's not going to work. So what if I do that and then I go like that and then I feed in the other one that I have. Nope, it goes right into this guy here. Okay, so then could I then have you go that way and then turn, which it looks like it's going to let me do. Okay, so I'm not too worried about that. Can we have it go that way, 2 blocks, or is that too much? There might be a limit to how far things will be pushed. I'm not sure. And it went okay. Okay, so before we go ahead and ramp up for today's episode, I went ahead and swapped out all of these things for the pneumatic tubes like I was going to do. It's working a bit better. There still is like a backlog. It's not fast enough just to keep sucking and pushing everything. But it is filling up all the chests pretty consistently here, so I'm not too worried about that. Another thing I noticed is the things aren't all running. It's only running the ones that can actually push out the steam. Kind of like how the tree farm is working. It's only pushing out the stuff that has an open slot to be pushed out. So these two are actually never running. They're at max capacity all the time, but they're never actually running. These two are running constantly. But this one runs more than this one, obviously, because this one always has an empty chest of coal. I went ahead and put a buffer up here to hold some steam so that I don't have a issue when that happens. I also swapped out another one of those just to power everything because I was running the arc furnace over there, and it was sucking down the power there. So what I want to go ahead and do before we go ahead and wrap up is set up a little storage building here. So I'm going to take a couple of these, take a couple of those, take that, and that. And so over here I went ahead and laid down a platform. I think previously I stated that you can't take stuff out of these shelves. You can just put them in. That was wrong. You can take stuff out of it. You just need an arm to shovel stuff out. There's no visible exit point with the little icons. So what I want to go ahead and do is the wall. This is the platform for the silo here, or the storage room. So the wall's going to be here, and then we're going to go, I think, out to here is where the front of the building's going to be. So then we're going to give it a space, and we're going to build off of here. So we're going to put one of these here, and that's going to have a filter arm filtering into it. That's going to have a conveyor belt feeding it. I'm using copper stuff for right now because the machines really don't output super fast. So there's really no need to have faster belts on here. So the copper ones will do just fine for us. I'm going to go ahead and do this as well. And then we can put another one here. And that should be good to go, I believe. So is that 3? And then on this side we do the same thing. I don't have enough storage thingamabobbers at the moment though. That's my issue. Let me actually move some of these things into these. Let me craft up some more of these storage things because I kind of want to get a couple of these down before I start moving the things from over here. You go that way. Nope, wrong way. That way. And then there should be one right here, and that should go that away, and that should be the conveyor belt here. And then we'll have a two wide walkway to the back. There's going to be, I think, a row of 12, I think, 13. I forget how far I spaced this out at. But let me go ahead and put down the walls here. So it's going to be a mix of this purple stuff and the purple tiley stuff here. Okay, like I was saying, we're going to go up 4 blocks. So that's 4 blocks, and then we're going to do a two space with this stuff. I'm really not certain on the front and back of the building on how I want to go about doing it, because I need to have the conveyors coming in. So I'm probably going to put walls, but I'm going to have just an open door, because there's not really too many options with doors and stuff on here. So I'll go ahead and leave that open. And then the back side I'm probably going to leave open for the time being, because we might need to expand this out further later on, so that we can have more storage here. But yeah, let me go ahead and copy this on the other side here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I forgot a little step. After the 2 tile space, I went ahead and put another 2 on top, and then on the sides here we're going to put the I-beam looking things as a type of support looking type thing. So let me go ahead and jump on up here with I believe it's a 9 space. It's 17 long, so I went ahead and put one in the beginning, one in the middle, and one in the end. As we probably expand this out further, I'm gonna try and keep the spacing as it is. And then on the very top here, this is going to, I don't think I'm gonna make it any higher than this is right now. So for the time being, I'm going to do it like this, with a little bit of a nug hanging out here, a nub hanging out here. We'll do two on the outside, and then on the little lip right there, we have these things. If I can, I don't think I can. Let's go with this guy, and we'll build off of you. Can I fall, please? Thank you. And we'll build out a little bit, and then we can go like this. Kablamo. That way, it kind of looks like it's actually doing something. Kind of, I guess. And then I'm gonna just stretch it across the roof and connect to the other one, and so on and so forth. I know I do not have enough of this so far. That's gonna be quite a bit expensive here. Let me go ahead and do as much as I can here, and then I gotta smash some more plates up here. Okay, so that's the finished product here. The sides are done up like that. I don't know. I like the look of it. It looks like it's a industrial type. Oh, I didn't mean a jetpack. Industrial type building. I don't know. Okay, I kind of dig it. So let's go ahead and put down the conveyors that we need for this building as well. So we're going to have it. Actually, this needs to get picked up. We're going to have it. We're going to have these 2 feet in. You know what? We actually need to make it snake. Dang. Okay, well, shoot. So we're going to have it come in then on one of these other corners. Then we'll just have a walkway, but it won't actually be a thing anymore. So it'll come in here, and then it'll loop around. It'll come out to this guy. This guy will then go this way. This one will go that way. This one will come this way. And all is good. Okay. And then when it gets to this point, if it does not have a thing to go into anymore, it will go into a chest. And then whatever lands in the chest, we either need to set a filter for in the arms, because I'm using the filter arms, or we need to put down a shelving unit for the item that we don't have enough room for. So we'll go like this. We'll go out to the end here. Yeah. And then since we don't have a backing on the building, we'll just do this for now. And then it'll loop around and connect back into this thing, and so on and so forth. So when it's done, it should be like this, and then all we need to do is go through and put filters into the arms here. We have a couple more arms we can use, so I'll go ahead and put these down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, we had 5. No, we had 4. I couldn't count. Okay, so I'm going to have the powdery stuff on the right side of the storage room here. I'm going to have the ingots on the left side. So we have the first thing over there is going to be the copper powder. So the last thing over here is going to be the copper ingots. We need to put a filter into the arm so that it knows to grab this stuff, and we can dump the rest of this in here. We can do with some smelting of some copper because we have a lot of powder. We don't have a lot of ingots left, but for right now it's fine. This is iron or is this steel? This is iron, okay. So the iron is going to be next in line here. I need to smelt up a whole lot more, or I need to crush up a whole lot more steel to get the arms needed for this area here. I have a bunch of steel. I just don't have the plates and the material smashed down yet. So we can take the ore powder and we can put that over here with the copper, like so. We need one in the arm here, like so. Let me sort the rest of this out here, I believe, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and sorted those things out. For right now, I went ahead and picked up the extra filter arms that were down on things that didn't have anything in them yet. But I'm going to go ahead and break this chest, and I'm going to have it conveyor right into the setup here. This is just temporary. I'll break it down when I go ahead and actually make this a little more permanent here. We can go ahead and drag this out and connect it into the line here. And hopefully this thing actually spits out onto that. We don't have any more copper getting smashed down. Actually, we do have a lot more copper getting smashed down. We just don't have enough in the chest. Okay, so let me refresh this with some copper. This is going to be the end of line thing at the moment because once you macerate the thing, you can put it through here and you get more stuff. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm gonna probably make another one of these and have it in the end of line setup that I'm going to make later on. One thing we do need to make really quick here is an upgraded version of this. So this thing only stores 2048 items. The copper or the aluminum version, I think, stores more than this. Let's go ahead and make one of those if we can. I think we can. We should have enough stuff, so we need some of that. We need these things, the parts. So let's make one for right now because if it doesn't store more than 2,000, then I don't want to use it. Okay, it stores double. Cool. So what we need to actually do is break you, so you guys stop. And then these guys aren't going to grab anything that's not the right stuff, right? Okay, cool. Cool. So let me dump the rest of this stuff out. What is this? This is zinc, so we can go there. This is nickel. The blue stuff. The red stuff I'm not making. Aluminum I'm not making. And iron. Got a little bit more zinc in our inventory. Some nickel. Okay. So now we need to pick this stuff up if we have enough room in our inventory, and we do not. Dang. Okay. So we need to clear out as much as we can. Let me just swap this out really quick. This is gonna take me a second of flipping back and forth between inventories here. Okay, so now we can go ahead and reconnect this. Everything should start moving again. We have an extra 2,000 storage here, so we should be good for the time being. A couple of these will be upgraded, like the ingots will probably be upgraded to the max things as we get to them. The only reason I upgraded this one right now is because I don't have the smelting and stuff set up at the moment to get everything going here. So I'm going to have to separate that, or not separate it, get it up and running here shortly here. Okay, but I think for right now, that's going to go ahead and be it for this episode. In between episodes, I'm going to finish setting everything back up because I tore everything down, except this thing. I'm probably going to tear that down and rearrange it. I'm going to be using the arc furnaces as our main source of furnace power now because we have the turbines that are producing enough electricity to support them. But yeah, I'm gonna have it set in a way that it's eating the stuff that it can turn into ingots before it hits our storage silos here, and then hopefully we have a backlog of ingots by next episode. But I'm going to go ahead and rearrange everything and get everything up and going here. I got to make some more filter arms, some more storage cabinets, I guess they're called. Storage racks. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.